Welcome back, true believers, to another Spider-Man PS4 related video, and today I am doing one of your videos that you have suggested to me to discuss about Spider-Man PS4, and thank you so much for all of your suggestions and recommendations. It means the world to me. You guys are incredible. Every single time I talk to you guys through the comments and get to interact with you, it makes my day even better and even more happy that I can just talk to such an amazing community that I have and the rest of the Spidey Squad is so thankful to have. So thank you guys so much for the support to my channel, or this channel I should say, not my channel, because without you guys it wouldn't even be a channel in the first place. It is our channel. Again, every single one of you guys, this is our channel. Without the collaboration that we have together, this channel wouldn't exist. And thank you so much for all your support. You guys are incredible. And this video was suggested by Angelo Jones. He wanted me to do, after I did my top 5 features that I wanted to see in Spider-Man PS4, he wanted me to do the opposite and see what 5 features I do not want to appear in Spider-Man PS4. And actually, it was a hard list to come up with. When I had to think about it, it was a really difficult list to come up with and think about for this topic, because of how the simple things are already kind of given. Like, on my list, I did not say, like, I don't want to see repetitive side missions, I don't want to see easy boss fights, I don't want to see bad swinging that, you know, attaches from the sky. Those are all given. Like, those are all every Spider-Man fan and their wishes for the game. Like, everyone doesn't want to see webs hang from the sky, or bad boss fights, or easy missions, or anything like that. That's already given. So I came up with a list of things that I didn't want to see that some of you guys actually might want to see, and that's totally fine. These are just my personal opinions and what I do not want to have be in Spider-Man PS4. If you guys like anything on this list, let me know. That'd be awesome. I'm so glad that you would even like something on this list. But I think I did a good job of coming up with things that a majority of us can agree with that we do not want to have appear in the game. And again, it's a list that concedes with different things related to the game itself, with certain gameplay aspects, with story aspects, with tons of developing type of situations that could be happening in the game. So yeah, just so bear with me. Enjoy this list, please. If you want to see the top 5 features I do want to see, I made a video on that, so please go check it out. But right now, this is the top 5 features I do not want to see in Spider-Man PS4. But before I actually get into it, we have 2 new Spidey Squad members, everybody. Say hello to Spider K and It's That Guy, because they have just joined the Spidey Squad. Please go subscribe and check out their channels instantly, pronto. They make really good Spider-Man PS4 related videos and other videos related to Spider-Man or Marvel in general. They will be making tons more videos, so please subscribe to them. Go check out their channels. They are incredible, and you guys deserve to be on this list. And again, any of you guys right now who are watching, who don't make videos, who do make videos, you guys are the true believers, you guys are the Spidey Squad members, you guys are the spectacular Spidey fans. All of you guys are incredible. You deserve the best support ever, and me and the rest of the Spidey Squad love you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into the list. So, number 1, I do not want to have alternate choices or different paths in the game, like Mass Effect, or Infamous, or Web of Shadows even, you know, like, oh, take the good guy path, or take the bad guy path, you know, Infamous, be the hero, be actually Infamous, Mass Effect, be Paragon, be Renegade. I don't want that feature in the game, and I don't think it will be anyways, because Insomniac games are not known to do the kind of multiple, you know, third-person RPG type element game that we've seen in, like, The Witcher, or, you know, Mass Effect, or, you know, all the games I just listed. So that they are not known for that anyways, but Web of Shadows did it really well, and there was a reason why that was used in that game. It's because of the black suit. Because Spider-Man, you had the influence of the dark side, the black suit, overpowering him. And, you know, you could be the true, honest Spider-Man, the red suit Spider-Man, which is the actual ending of the game, is the full-on red suit Spider-Man, or the actual evil path Spider-Man, where you're evil, black-suited Spider-Man and take over New York City with the symbiotes. Spoiler alert, the game came out 8 years ago, so you should already know that. But I do not want to see that feature in the game because of how the story itself between Peter Parker and Spider-Man and having those worlds collide with one another is already going to be dynamic enough. It's already going to be a really intricate, thought-out, heart-wrenching, gut-punching story by itself. alternate choices would make that story dwindle down. It would make it less important. I do want to see a dialogue tree, like in Web of Shadows again, where you could conversate with different people like Black Cat, Moon Knight, Kingpin, anyone else in that game that you could talk to, Black Widow. Having dialogue, like a dialogue tree, like in Horizon Zero Dawn, or again, like Mass Effect, Witcher, that's fine. I would actually prefer to see that, because that's something Insomniac Games have not done before, but again, they're not known to be the third-person action-adventure RPG gaming company, so I don't think that the dialogue tree would be in there. I would like to see it, but I don't think it will be in there. I do not want, though, alternate paths in the game, because the Spider-Man is in the red suit already. If the black suit's in this game, I'm going to crap my pants. I don't think it is, though, but if it is, and we do get alternate choices, amazing. But in this game, this fully next-generation Spider-Man game, I would prefer to not have alternate choices. That's number one. Number two, I do not want to see a light-hearted story. Now, Insomniac Games, the one critique that their company is given is that they do not do a good job with story. Gameplay is through the roof, exceptional, amazing. Story is a different department. The reason why I say that is because in the reviews, you can it's like one of those predictable stories, like Ratchet and Clank. Good guy meets another good guy, but they're not friends yet. They're gonna bond over some argument or something that makes them friends. Then they're gonna defeat a bad guy. Oh, psych, the bad guy's not really the main bad guy. It's the other character who's the actual bad guy. And I'm gonna transition onto that for my next part of my list soon. But again, I don't want the story to be lots of comedy, lots of fun, lots of different things, because, if you didn't know, even though you should know, the story of this game is going to be written by Marvel themselves, like Marvel Comics. They're writing the story for this game. And Insomniac Games is helping them out a bit with the story, but the main people who are writing this story are from Marvel. Now, regardless if the story is lighthearted or heavy, it's going to be a great story regardless if it's being written from Marvel directly. However, I don't want to have a fully next-generation game with Spider-Man making jokes 24/7, laughing about every single thing he does, being the super witty, over-the-top, hilarious Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man, but I don't want it to be like the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon where it's always jokes 24/7, or even like Ratchet and Clank. That's a great game, Ratchet and Clank, but I don't want the story for Spider-Man to be like that, or like Sunset Overdrive, because even though Sunset Overdrive did have some serious moments, it was always drowned in humor. So I don't want to have a light-hearted Spider-Man story, but I don't want it to be as heavy as the Arkham games are. I don't want it to be lighthearted, but I don't want it to be brooding and sad. I want it to be a nice hybrid of both. I want it to be funny at some points where it needs to be, and serious at some points where they also need to be. Have a nice, good mesh between hilarity, comedy, and seriousness and tragedy, and mix that well, because I know Marvel is great at writing stories like that, and they have done it in tons of comics before, and they can easily input it into a game like this. So I do not want to have a lighthearted story. That's number two. Number three, I do not want to have throwaway villains. Perfect example of that, Shocker in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I honestly forgot he was in that game. And Shocker is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains of all time. And I actually forgot that he was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. Heck, Carnage. Even Carnage, I almost forgot that he was in that game as well. They're great boss fights, sort of, but in order to make a villain memorable, you gotta have a really epic introduction, have him or her do something really impactful in the story or to the character to make them really menacing, or having them a reason to be there, and three, have them have an epic boss fight. And Insomniac Games is great at all of those things. So I know they're gonna do it perfectly. However, if you're gonna add certain villains, like Shocker again, for example, or even the Sin Eater, because that's why a rumored villain right now is the Sin Eater. If you put those villains in there, don't make them there just because. Make them there for a reason, have them be menacing, and have them actually be a threat to Spider-Man. And a perfect example in the Arkham games is in Batman Arkham Origins. You had to fight the Electrocutioner, and he was one of the big bad assassins that were going to be in the game that you had to fight. And it's going to be such a hard task. All you had to do is punch him. That's it. You just one punch, done. You never see him again. You see him once in a cutscene, and then he gets pushed out of the window by the Joker. Great. I do not want to have that in a game with Spider-Man in it with all the villains that you can choose for that character. Because I know there are infinite possibilities to choose from when it comes to the villains of that character, as well as how they can be used in the story to affect Spider-Man. So that's number 3. I do not want to see throwaway villains. Number 4. I don't want there to be easy rewards or lackluster challenges. The game is going to be a challenge already. If you played Sunset Overdrive and you put it on the hardest difficulty, it's quite a challenge when you don't have a lot of weapons and you're kind of fighting against a horde of those zombies, those OD. And also the rewards in that game are fulfilling. You defeat a horde of the OD and fight off a giant boss, you get a weapon, or you get upgrades for a weapon. Ratchet & Clank, you fight a boss, you defeat the enemies with a weapon that you keep shooting them with, you slowly upgrade that weapon to make it bigger and better, and you get money to get more money to upgrade that weapon to make it the best weapon possible. That's a great upgrade system. However, for Spider-Man games, there haven't really been full-on amazing rewards or challenges. In the Web of Shadows, you collect the tokens and you get higher health bars, faster swing speed, and more of a special meter, okay? You 100% the game in the Ultimate Spider-Man. Everything's complete. You spent years probably trying to find all those tokens, beat all the races, and you get the black suit as a skin. Awesome skin. It's awesome to swing around Ultimate Spider-Man in that skin. But the amount of time and effort you put into that just to get a skin, not adding anything to the game, or you can't even replay the game with that skin, you just swing around the city in a skin, not worth it. And seeing Insomniac Games, I know they will not fail on that department. They are great with rewarding their players for playing their games, for sticking out with their games, for defeating missions in the game. They are wonderful at doing that, and I have total faith that they can totally deliver in that department. Now, number 5, I do not want there to be any first person in the game. Web Rush was the system which you kind of did first person in that game, where you just saw the inside of Spider-Man's mask, and that allowed you to slow down time and pick your points where you wanted to go. Fine, which is a little tiny bit of first person, which is fine. But then they decided to do the cutscenes of that game, where you saw Peter Parker in The Amazing Spider-Man 1, you saw through his eyes. I did not like that at all. I really didn't like that. First person games, you know, I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters, first-person games, especially if you're playing a Spider-Man game where you're seeing him swing. I would want to see him swing and do the parkour animations and look how amazing he is. I don't want to see through his eyes and get vertigo and totally throw up in my face while seeing him do all these amazing tricks and fight all these bad guys. Because of how they tried to do it already in Shattered Dimensions with the first-person punching mode and The Amazing Spider-Man 1, with the cutscenes with Peter Parker. That was okay in Shattered Dimensions because it was kind of cool actually punching your villains in the face, but no first person. I just want to see Spider-Man, who he is, third person beauty, like all of Insomniac Games are, except for Resistance, because that's the one series of games that they did that was a first person shooter. I would not want to have them input a first person mode in that game, not only because I don't think it fits the character, I don't want to get a head rush and totally pass out from vertigo. That is my list, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to Angelo Jones for recommending this. Stay spectacular, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this list. Let me know what your thoughts are and what your 5 things you don't want to see in this game are. Stay spectacular, everybody. Peace out.